Lucas Giolito with us for the first time on FT Live in person. And can you help me introduce him?
Yeah. First of all, we have breaking news. Lucas Giolito has signed with the Atlanta Braves because, so congratulations. When is the press conference? And since Reynaldo's already there,
go
everywhere with
You have to go. For a second, were you like, where's he going?
Yeah, he's like, wait a second. But you've been with him everywhere. You get traded with him, every time. So he's signed there. Your turn next.
Yeah, it's just a matter of time, right? We've played together since we were like 18 years old in the Chain Link Fence League, Gulf Coast League, Florida. So every step of the way we've been together. So yeah, we'll see. There's like a little bit of magic in that. Maybe we'll see.
Did you guys laugh about that this year? When
like, all
right, again.
Oh yeah. The first trade. It was funny because I saw he got traded before they told me. Like I was like in the shower or something. I come out, he's like dapping guys up. I'm like, oh man, like you're going to the Angels, dude. It's the first time we're not going to be playing together. And then like 5 minutes later, the assistant GM's tapping on my shoulder. Hey, let's go in the office. We're part of the same trade. And then, fast forward a month later, the whole waivers situation. The Angels put half the team on waivers, and we were both on there. Both going in the office, talking to talking to the manager. It's like, all right, here we go, off to Cleveland. and then we were joking like, dude, we're never ever going to not be on the same team. Maybe this year will be the first year it breaks up. We'll see.
The streak's on the line right now.
Yeah, it really is.
I'm kind of nervous.
Well, you won't know what to do though if he's not with. If your whole career from Gulf Coast League all the way now to long big league career already, and he's been there every way, you're gonna wake up. If you're not on the same team, you're gonna look around the locker room and be like, wait, where's my Lopez at? Like,
where's my Reynaldo?
Yeah, where's Lopez at?
Reynaldo, no.
Yes, that would be. It would definitely be an adjustment period, to say the least.
How was the craziness of the year, especially with the second half where things bounce around? These guys will always say, like, yeah, cool, we go on private planes and we get great food and whatever, but also, oh, hey, you're moving again.
I don't remember private planes. I flew coach from when I got moved from
on your trades. Yeah,
when I got moved from the Angels. When I got moved from the Angels to the Guardians, I flew coach, like middle seat, almost in the very back of the plane. That it's like I got told the next day that was my flight to get over to Cleveland.
Wow.
So
yeah, actually against the CBA. This is why he's here for the actually against the CBA, especially when you're 6'8" and you're making me sit like real high up here so that I don't feel so.
I'm like hunched
tiny.
over.
I know you are, and to sit in the middle seat, like that's against the CBA.
They just send you, hey, here's your itinerary.
Yeah, it was like
welcome to Cleveland.
I could have. I don't know. I'm not trying to like throw shade or anything. I think it was like I could have flown first class if I'd taken like a red eye. I'm like, I don't want to take a red eye. I'd rather have like a full off day and then like, all right, here's your flight for the next day. I'm like, man, there's no first class seats available, huh?
Okay. One of those.
Can you get Comfort Plus? Maybe a little extra.
I mean, you're getting the last. This is like a minor league trade. Like, you're getting the last minute. Hey, we need you in Cleveland. We're making a run. We're 6 games back when we traded for you.
Yeah. No, I mean, it was different for, again, like being with Reynaldo the whole time. It was different for him because relievers, it's like, we need you the next day.
Right.
Whereas me, it's like, all right, we're going to have you start in 2 or 3 days. So it's like, you at least have a little bit more leeway to like get your stuff together. The first trade of the Angels and then the waivers to the Guardians, like I did have like a 24-hour period. Whereas for him, like, I don't know how relievers do it, bro. I'm so glad I'm a starting pitcher. It's just like, all right, you got traded. See ya. It's crazy. So, yeah, I mean, overall, like that second half of the season was definitely a bit of a whirlwind because I'd been with the Sox for so long. Like that was very much home to me. I still love Chicago. I'm living in Chicago right now in the off season. But yeah, I mean, kind of take it as it comes. It was an interesting time. I didn't perform the way I wanted to, obviously, but looking forward now.
So wait, maybe he's re-signing with the White Sox. Are you re-signing with the White Sox?
I mean, I honestly have no idea at this point. I haven't even talked to another team. I haven't talked to any teams yet, so it's still early in the free agency process. So we'll see.
Which obviously you live in Chicago still. Which trade this year was harder for you? Was it the first one where you go to the Angels and but I guess maybe that was more of a thing you kind of saw coming, right?
Mhm.
Because Lynn and Graveman and Joe Kelly and they kind of started breaking it up, and then you and Lopi go. Or was it the one when you went to Cleveland? Because at me, I'd be like, "Oh, I'm in Anaheim. I'm in Anaheim the rest of the year. I kind of settled in. I'm going to watch Shohei do his thing. I'm going to hang out with Mike Trout. Kind of cool over here in Anaheim, where you're from over there." And then all of a sudden, they're like, "Hey, by the way, you guys are going to Cleveland." You're like, "Wait, the beach or Cleveland?"
Yeah, it was interesting because it was like the first one was kind of like bittersweet. It was just like, I had my heart was like in Chicago with the White Sox. I've been there for so long, but like you said, like I knew it was coming for at least like a couple weeks, 3 weeks. With the way the team was performing, and then we're getting closer to the trade deadline. I'm gonna get moved. Like I knew it was coming. It was just where am I gonna go? I'd say the second one was probably like harder, I guess, mentally, just because I feel like I'd just gotten settled in with the Angels, really like kind of, fully immersed in the clubhouse and becoming buddies with guys and having a good time. I mean, the team wasn't playing good, but at the same time, like, still like being a part of the group and, developing relationships. And it was like, all right, see you. You're going to Cleveland for like the last month of the year. It was definitely like, oh, wow, it's crazy. And it was like the waivers thing too, which I didn't understand how that process. Well, I didn't even know what that was until it happened, and then I got educated on it. I remember when I was like,
a lot of us did.
Yeah. I remember when it was like, oh, you and like all these guys are getting put on waivers. I'm like, waivers? Like, damn, I did that bad? Like, I knew I pitched poorly for like, 3 weeks, but that bad that like they're just like, see ya, we hate you, get out of here. It's like, no, it's not exactly how it worked. It was like a salary dump situation. So,
and it was half the team.
Yeah, it was a bunch of guys. So it was very interesting. I feel like looking back on it, it was such a weird experience for like that 2-3 month period that I can look back on it and be like, yeah, it didn't do great. It was definitely kind of hard, but make you kind of a better player in the end for it. Learning a lot.
All right, so I have to ask, what the fuck happened this year? The White Sox. I mean, I come in there and see you guys and talk
all
to you
the
guys.
time.
And it was like, I'm like,
he's the most annoying advisor. It's okay, you can say that. Ambassador.
Yes,
you don't even know what that is.
I'd stay out of your way. I come in there and say hi, and I never got in there.
Very respectful.
Yeah,
be honest.
I hated going in. I always hate going. I'd come in and see the guys I know that are still around, Rob and some of the guys. But like, obviously, as a White Sox fan and someone that cares for the White Sox, I picked you guys to do really well this year. I mean, I was like, oh, they're going to the playoffs this year. They got all these guys. Everyone's going to be back, healthy, ready to go. And then it just was like, wow. So was there one thing, like as a White Sox fan, that I can look at you and see, like, man, this was the thing or that was the thing? Is there anything that you can think of that just made it all go south?
I've been asked this question so many times.
I know. I was like, wow. I wasn't even on the team, and I still get it. Like, what?
Yeah.
What's wrong with these guys? Ask me, "Oh, your White Sox, what's wrong with them?" I'm like, I don't know.
And he watches every freaking
game.
Yeah.
Even like September 10th when they're not in it.
We bust balls about being homers, but he's not a homer. He's like he is a White Sox.
I'm in it with you guys.
He's with it. He's grinding.
Yeah, I mean, man, it was like nothing could never like click.
Yeah,
it was like
makes sense.
When we were pitching well, we weren't hitting. And when we were like hitting, we weren't pitching well, or maybe like the starters would be scuffling and it put a lot of pressure on the bullpen, and then the bullpen would be scuffling, put a lot of pressure on the starters, poor defense. It's like you have to be firing like relatively consistently in all aspects of the game. You can maybe falter for a little bit, but like other areas will pick you up. And then having like, I think a huge thing is like a lot of like clubhouse, like cohesion, like guys all being on the same page, pulling from the same rope. Cause that's the thing is like, we all got along. Like like hated each other. We weren't having like issues or anything in the clubhouse. It was just like, I don't know, just some missing piece. And it's like hard. Yeah, it didn't work.
You could just say it just didn't work. And it happens. Like even on teams, I've been on teams. Everyone gets along great. And you're like, well, we just don't know how to win a game.
Yeah,
it sucks.
Yeah, it's like we couldn't find ways to like pick each other up when we needed to. And yeah, I mean, just led to like a lot of losing. And then when you're losing a lot, it's like now the vibes are just going down, 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 down. It's hard to like be like, all right, guys, no, we're going to turn this around. Like it was hard to like get that kind of energy going. And then it just, kind of kept going in the wrong direction.
I feel you. You feel like a fight would have been a good thing? Like in the sense of like a clubhouse fight? You know
Giolito,
what I mean? I don't know if you ever been
versus Lynn and Graveman cage match, and after the game.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Like you're just sick and tired, and it's boiling over. Sometimes a team fight brings things together.
Maybe we should have done like a Fight Club situation on the road. It's like
who would you have liked to have drawn?
Who had a suite? Team? Lance had a suite. It's like we all meet in Lance's suite at this time, and it's like, all right, we're just gonna schedule out some, just like let it eat. We actually did that in high school, and it was like great team building. My high school baseball
so that's
team.
What you had Ethan Katz. He could have set it up again like he did back.
Yeah,
exactly. I was be like, Ethan, let's do this again.
Like,
I don't think he was a fan of that one. We enjoyed it though. Yeah, I get what you're saying for sure. Yeah,
why not?
It's not necessarily a bad thing.
You're like, we didn't think about it. We just kept having meeting after meeting after meeting after meeting.
Yeah,
team meetings. Did you guys lead the league in team meetings this year?
Probably not. I don't think we went crazy with the team meetings.
That's good.
But
winners win, losers have team meetings. As Ozzy used to tell us all the time.
Yeah.
Good players play, bad players hustle. I mean, it was like through the great Ozzy Guillen quotes.
Yeah, that's a great.
Hey, I want to ask you about Ohtani. What was it like playing with him? Obviously Trout too, but like Ohtani's the man of the minute right now of the offseason because he just tells us everything about, every move he makes, and he's telling us every team he's talking to and all of that.
Oh, yeah.
What else could you add? Even though he's told us everything, but is there anything else that you can add about? Obviously, I'm kidding. Mysterious Shohei Ohtani, but like, what was it like? Did you go up to him and be like, "Hey, dude, you're awesome"? And his brain, was he cool? Like, did you guys talk? This is what I thought of too, because I know you're a gamer. Isn't he a big gamer? I try and tell people at least. I feel like he said that once in life at least that you can connect with him on that level.
Yeah. So I got to know him like decently well for like a month period. Him and Ippei, his translator, who's like they're attached at the hip. It makes it really easy because Shohei knows a good amount of English. He knows a good amount of Spanish, but sometimes like, when conversation isn't flowing well, you always had Ippei there to help out. And Ippei's super cool too. He's a man. So yeah, I got to know him pretty well. I mean, the biggest thing that kind of struck me, it's like you look at a player from afar, you play against him. I pitched against him a lot over the years. And it's like, man, what makes this guy so good? Like, does he work really hard, or is he just like one of those guys that like rolls out of bed and does it? And he's like naturally gifted, and he kind of has, and you don't really know until you're like with that dude and seeing like what they do on a daily basis. And he is obviously supernaturally talented and gifted, and he does on both sides of the field, pitching and hitting. But I was very, very impressed with his preparation. He always had an iPad in his hand, like no matter what, when we were at the field, and he'd constantly be like scouting. He'd be like he'd be like in the weight room preparing to pitch, but like have an iPad and then the TVs showing like the opposing team's pitcher, like pitch sequencing so he could prepare to hit. Well, he's also like doing warm-up exercises for his arm because he's going to go out and pitch that night, but he's also hitting. It was like crazy. He was always doing some form of like scouting and preparation. He also sleeps a lot. That's another thing I learned that he does. He'll sleep like 14 hours. It's like, I can't do that.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
So how much shit did you get signed by him? when they called you in the office,
you're on waivers.
Phil Nevin calls you and is like, "Hey, by the way, we've wavered you to Cleveland." and you just were like, you looked at the clubhouse guy and you're like, hey man, I need like 12 balls, a couple of Ohtani jerseys,
Yeah.
bats. You went up to Shohei with like your arms full. And we're like,
For my
okay,
charity.
before I leave, yeah.
Yeah.
You can make them all out to Lucas. I'll erase that later.
Yeah, I'm honestly like not a huge memorabilia guy. I've never ever had too much interest in like getting signed stuff from other players. My claim to fame with Shohei is he followed me back on Instagram.
Oh,
So I'll take that one.
Let's go.
I'll take that one.
Okay.
Yes, that's big.
That's huge.
That's big.
It's got, like,
And now it's like whenever I see him, whatever team he signs with, like, you know, if maybe we sign with the same team. That'd be really cool.
Atlanta's in the running.
But no, whatever, you know, I'll always like, you know, we have like that relationship. I can always go and say hi to him and see how he's doing. Yeah, he's also like low key, very funny. He would like talk shit to me here and there. Like he'd make fun of me a little bit, which I enjoyed. So yeah, I mean, he was a good teammate. He really wants to win. Like I can see that he wants to win. Like he wants to win World Series pretty bad. So yeah, best of luck to him.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Well, you're gonna play with him wherever he signs.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
It would not suck. It would not suck. Well, dude, it's great to have you here. Really appreciate it. Have fun, and hopefully, I would say we'll see you in spring training, but I don't know where yet. But
yeah,
good luck, dude. We'll be following.
Yeah, appreciate it, guys.
Yeah,
absolutely.